All right. Week 1 is in the books, and man, it was a doozy. I'm sure everybody expected Isaiah Likely to outscore every other tight end combined, basically. Um, of course, we've got top 10 wide receivers like Alan Lazard and Alec Pierce, whoever the hell that is. And then Jordan Mason and Raheem Blackshear, clearly two of the top 5 running backs in the NFL. Here to break it all down with me is Cody. Cody, you're on pace to go undefeated this year. How does it feel?
Oh, it feels great. I think I have 2 wins in this. Well, 3 wins now. So, I mean,
right? Yeah, you're on pace to shatter some records for yourself. So, I'm excited to see what happens. Let's see. Before we start getting into week 1, Cody, I would like to take an opportunity to get to know you a little bit more. Can I ask you a few questions about yourself?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, perfect. I think your favorite football team is the Vikings. Is that correct? You're a Vikings fan?
That would be correct.
All right. So the Sam Darnold breakout week, that's pretty thrilling for you?
It's exciting. The O-line's going to have to keep him on his feet, which worries me because there was times even in that Giants game he was under a lot of heat. And next week will definitely be a test to see if they're even going to be somewhat of a playoff contender or if they just beat a really, really bad Giants team.
I mean, offensively anyway, the Giants are pretty terrible. I think their defense is pretty good, though, right? Like, maybe better than 28-6 might be. They got some good players anyway, so I'd feel good about it.
I mean, I don't know.
Anyway.
These next 3-4 games will definitely be a test.
Right. What's your favorite Sunday beverage?
Oh, well, it depends. Like, is it like 10 in the morning before kickoff? Because then I'm going with a Caesar. But if we're talking like noon kickoff, I'm actually having one right now. I'd have to go with a Busch Light Peach.
You like the peach, huh? I just had the first one a couple weeks ago. They're good. I don't think
my crazy dogs just ran in.
Oh, that's good. I love dogs.
1 second. Come on.
We're doing it live, guys. That's how you know.
All right. Sorry for that interruption.
All good. How many fantasy teams do you have this year?
So every year I actually max out the ESPN app. Now, 23 of those are meaningless and just for fun and nothing more. I have 2 with money on the line and ESPN, and then 2 sleeper ones as well. One of those is a dynasty, but no defensive players.
Holy hell. Wow. All right. That's impressive. All right. Okay. This is maybe the most important question of all. What's Ryan actually like? He always strikes me as a bit of an elitist, and I've seen him drink with his pinky out before when he's having beer, so I don't know how to feel about
that. You kind of put me on the spot here. I think he's pretty cool. He thinks he's really good at fantasy football, but I think that last year just maybe went to his head a little bit.
Oh yeah, I think we're calling that a fluke for sure. So, all right. Well, that's okay. Thank you. I feel like we all have gotten to know Cody very well. Excellent. Let's talk about week 1. I think heading into it, I'm sure you saw we may or may not have given you a little bit of shit about your roster. How confident were you feeling about things before week 1?
Before, I was actually feeling pretty confident. I would say halftime of the noon games, I was probably going this might not be good.
I mean, it's always nice, like I was watching that Eagles-Packers game, and you see A.J. Brown blow up for like 100 yards and a touchdown. You got to be thinking things are going pretty good, yeah. So, I mean, it worked out, right? And it's not even like, even if Christian McCaffrey would have played, you weren't really at risk of losing it. So, I mean, yeah, that's pretty good, pretty good way to go on week one.
Oh, I'm gonna just throw them in the garage, or they're not.
Oh God, I think we lost it.
Quit. There, they can go bark out there.
There you go. Yeah, everybody likes that. I bark outside too.
But yeah, no. What was the question? Christian McCaffrey?
Yeah, yeah, more of a comment. Feeling pretty good, even knowing that if McCaffrey would have played, I think you had it pretty well sewn up anyway. So, a good way to start the year, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It was a little less settling looking around and looking at some of the other scores and going, oh, I'm probably a little lucky I played who I played this week, but and like you say, not having McCaffrey play, that's definitely a bonus.
So, what I probably know the answer, but I don't know if you had a lot of time to kind of take a look at everybody else's matchups and rosters. Any big surprises for you when you looked at week one results?
I think the biggest one, Dylan. I think I looked at like roughly halftime in the noon games, and he already had something like 190, 200 points or something crazy like that. Was not expecting that.
Right. 225, I mean, that would have been a pretty good week last year when we were a 10-team league, right? Like, we've expanded to 12, and he's still going over 200. I was pretty surprised. I guess the negative probably would be poor Mike and his 127. That's pretty grim, but what you gonna do? It's week one, right?
Right.
I'm a tinkerer. I won't tip my hand or anything. I've already identified a few moves I want to make week one. You're kind of a tinkerer too, right? You got some moves lined up. Don't tell us, but I'm sure you got changes.
Yeah, I'm not going to share any, but and a couple of them are probably obvious ones, and whoever the highest bidder is gonna take them. But yeah, I think. Let me look here. I think I have 5 transactions in our league on the table, anyways.
Right.
So
yeah, it's hard to stand pat week one. Like even if you have a huge win, I think you still have to at least throw a couple bids out just to see what happens. So, curious to see what shakes out. I know. I think last year I got lucky and I was able to. Did I get Puka last year? I think after week one I got him for like $20 or $25 or something like that. So, of course, now he's on the IR and I'm a little bit disappointed, but that's a conversation for another time.
Hey, but it looks like Cooper Kupp's fully back.
Coop had a huge game. Thrilled about that, but they have apparently an offensive line made out of paper mache, and I don't know. We'll see. Poor Matt Stafford is probably not long for this world if they keep cycling out left tackles and right tackles. But oh well, that's the football team I've known and loved for the last 30 years. So whatever. Let's talk about the upcoming matchup with Brian. Oddly enough, I think you outscored him by 0.01 points this last week. He's your opponent this upcoming week. What are your thoughts? Have you had a chance to look ahead yet?
I haven't really. I've been too busy celebrating this last win. So,
Good answer.
no, really hoping I can get some guys on the waivers, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I went into it, I took your and Ryan's criticism. I think that's who critiqued my lineup. And definitely playing 3 interior defensive linemen, probably not the move.
Hey, you lucked out. When I saw that Hafunga was out, I was like, "Oh, that's gonna suck." But yeah, you just so happened to have bonus Quinnen Williams sitting on the bench, so maybe you were crazy lucky after all, having all those extra interior linemen. So, let's see what else. Yeah, I think look, my early prognostication. Brian's going to be dealing with a couple of injuries on offense. That's going to hurt. That's going to be a tough one to overcome. I know you've got some moves lined up. Clearly, you've got a good beat on things. I got to think starting 2-0 is looking pretty good in your future. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. Just looking at his lineup, though, I mean, he's got that Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith connection. I got to think A.J. Brown is not going to have the week he had last week. I hope he does, but
right.
I mean, really, that performance was all due to that 67-yarder or whatever he caught. So
it helped. Yeah, absolutely. It sounds like, I don't know what the story is with Mostert. It sounds like both him and Achane are both hurt, so he might not have him next week. I don't know what the story is with Addison's ankle, if it's going to be bad enough that they hold him out a week and see what happens.
I don't think he's going to play. I think this is like the second time in 3 weeks now he's heard it or something like that. So
is it? Yeah, that's no Gouda. So I don't know. I think Brian's going to have his work cut out for him to get a full strength roster rolling. So things might be looking on the up and up, like I said. Well, really, yeah. I mean, kind of a short and sweet video, man. Just wanted a chance to say congratulations and get your reaction to a big week 1 win, and get a chance to let the rest of the league know who Cody is, right? So, any final words of wisdom you want to share?
I mean, so I know Brian has Jahmyr Gibbs on his roster. I would place some kind of side bet on David Montgomery having more fantasy points than Jahmyr Gibbs this week again.
I love it. Oh God, I didn't even realize. Yeah. Oh, that's juicy. All right. Well, now we need to try and make this a thing. I'm gonna force this hand, and we're gonna get Brian on next to see if we can't foster some side bets. So good call. Good call. Awesome. Well, Cody, thank you for the time, sir, and best of luck to you in week 2. And everybody else in the league, let this be a lesson. It's super easy to get on and do a video. We'll have a good time. Cody, we'll catch you later, man.
Sounds good. Have a good night.